There was a child went forth every day, and the first object she looked upon, that object she became, and that object became a part of her for the day or a certain part of day, or for many years or stretching cycles of years. The big flying machine became a part of her, and the huge cotton balls that hid the tiny figures underneath her, and the Danube River that first caught her attention when approaching the airport, and the nausea that came with the 3-hour car ride home. But it was and always will be home to her, so it was and always will be bearable. And the racing heart too fast for even her big soul when going down the steep, little, unpaved road that led to home. In Baca's gentle way from the balcony, eyes full of tears that were once unclear to her, all became a part of her. The calls of the roosters at dawn became a part of her, and the sunlight that gently entered her room and dilated her blue eyes every morning. And the smell of Baca's freshly baked bread that gave her the meaning of not a house, but home. And the immense red backpack that thought the scent from America, that one she wore to preschool and kindergarten 2 days a week. And the army of 4- and 5-year-old friends that she walked to school with, making the little boys, but still boys, lead the 2 miles with deep footsteps in the snow. And the teacher, Tita Gotza, who loved her like her own daughter, who spent 2 years with her, and her nickname, Shushkomali, given to her by her neighbor, more an older brother, looking at her like his own possession, like she was his to care for, all became a part of her. And so did the pain of leaving them behind, and so did the pain of saying goodbye. The people of all races and unfamiliar buzzing sounds that they were making became a part of her, a new her, with the old her engraved deeply within. And the aching heart became a part of her, as did the word nostalgia, the feeling of constantly missing something and someone, the yearning for a familiar, warm hug or honest eyes. The idea that they marked her from the center of her forehead to the gap between her feet that split her in half, but only her soul became a part of her. School 1, 2, 3, and 4 all rang bells, but ones of very different tunes, and so each became a part of her. And a friend here and a friend there all became a part of her. And education became a part of her, a straight-A report card, and the stern voice of her father pushing her to do her very best. And her mother's sweet call to breakfast, her calming techniques, the way she let her feelings rooted deep within. And Friday nights that took her to the hall of home, where traditional folk dances filled her heart and sent electricity to her dancing toes, became a part of her. Her notebook that was her best friend, to which she told everything on her mind to, in the form of poetry, which her teachers loved. And the casual strolls through the park with Mama that made her notice every difference, day in and day out, from fall to winter, spring and summer. The day of the last day of the school year, of every year, the pre-packed luggage that she pulled down the stairs as if it weighed only 20 pounds became a part of her. Her sister's silly threat that she will not be allowed to sit next to the window on the airplane because she walks around far too much. And the race from Munich's best breakfast house to the terminal that will take her home became a part of her. And the dropping of bags and bags of belongings because the arms of her cousins were far more important. The shaking legs and pounding heart as she passed by the house of that one little boy who would never let go of her, and the plum fields in which her tiny feet once ran while playing hide-and-go-seek became a part of her. The stop at the top of a now paved road so that she could walk down it herself, as she once did 365 days a year. In Baca's same green eyes, now with wrinkles surrounding them, became clear, because she shared the same tears of long-waited fulfillment with her. These became part of a child who went forth every day, and who now does and will always go forth every day.